we are back for another day. It is a Monday. Let me see if we have any news today. We don't have any news today. So we should be careful. Realistically. Alright, let's take a look at what happened overnight. What's up, bro? Let's see. Tomorrow is non-farm payroll. Ooh, tomorrow is non-farm payroll. That is good to know. Thanks for telling me that. I was just taking a look right now. So realistically, I mean, look at this. What a pump overnight. We opened up and dropped down, didn't take the lows, and then what is this? 250 points up. Both Asia and London closed bullish. So I would be expecting New York to come back a little bit, but it's not a good idea to try and call the top of this. I mean, because there's no news today and we have non-farm payroll tomorrow and the unemployment rate, non-farm payroll, today is a day where gotta be a little careful just in case. So we're gonna see what we can do today. I am working on this funded account. We're like 3 days in on this one, and 3 winning days. We need 2 more winning days and we can pull a payout, but realistically I'm trying to get this past more of a buffer so that when I do pull a payout, it's not like I'm just basically blowing the account. And then I have this account which we passed on Friday, and then I ended up taking a trade on it, so we're up $300 on this one. We'll see if we can make some progress with it today. And then I do have another combine that's halfway done, so maybe we full port that one today and prepare for tomorrow. But depending on what happens today when we open up here in about 12 minutes or so, I am going to be a little cautious, and there is a chance that I may or may not trade my funded account, depending on what price action is looking like. I also have this eval that I have to work on. So got a couple evals, a couple funded accounts. What up, bro? So a couple evals, couple funded accounts. We will try, and at the very minimum, see if we can make some progress on some evals. Realistically, there is a pretty good chance that I'm probably going to full port this eval just to see if we can pass it so we could have 3 funded accounts with top step again. See, the issue is that last month when I went on my trip, I was gone for a month and I was trading just on my phone, and where I was in Thailand, so market opened at like 9:30. Chances are I was already drinking, and I blew like 8 funded accounts while I was out there. So this month we're starting from scratch, and I have to build back the funded army. So right now we got 3 funded accounts. I have 1 with Alpha Futures, but I need to get back to being 5 funded accounts on Top Step and at least 2 funded accounts on Alpha Futures, and then I'll feel comfortable again. So I'm kind of in the trenches, but we'll get out the trenches. I started trading like last week was my first week trading this month, so we have no payouts yet this month. We have about like $500 in prop firm expenses that we paid, so we need a payout to stay net positive on the month. We need a payout. Can't fuck it up. Otherwise, it'll be like the first month in 5 or 6 months where I won't be net positive, which is not good because we're here to try and make money. But anyways, gonna be a little cautious today. We're gonna see what happens at market open. We are kind of in the middle of this massive drop right here. So what I'm gonna be looking for is for us potentially to come up a little bit, but I am expecting New York to maybe make its way down a little bit, at least into London's range. If it doesn't do that and we just continue to pump up, then I will be kind of hands off, because if we have one of those days where it's just literally a slow grind up, the worst thing to do is try and call the top of that. So but I hope everybody had a good weekend, and let's try and kill it this week. And just as a reminder, do not take my trades. This is not financial advice. I'm just here to live stream myself taking trades. These are my trades. If I blow my accounts, I'm okay with that. If you guys blow your accounts based off of my trades, it would hurt my heart, so don't follow my trades. The indicator on which one? There's a couple of them. On TradingView? Yes. Not financial advice. Paul, which indicator are you talking about? And I can let you know. So there's a couple of them that I have on here right now. I have my New York range model. I have the higher time frame candles here on the right, and then I have sessions on. So that session range, these ones, the boxes, like the blue, red, and gray box. So that indicator is originally from there's like a free indicator on TradingView. I think it's called ICT Kill Zones, but I took the code and then I changed the code around to make it do what I wanted it to. So this specific version of it, the specific version of this indicator is actually not really available. It's just kind of what I coded. And all I did was I just added like the highs and lows to extend out to the right so I could see where they're at if we're like this. Right, I can see them right here. But if you do need it, pretty sure you can type in it's one of these. It's one of these. ICT, kill zones, boxes, sessions. It's one of them, bro. Just start clicking on them and I'm sure you'll find it. And then again on the left screen here, We have my footprint chart. So we're going to be watching that for entries. 5 minutes until open. The goal here today is to try and not blow my funded accounts. If I blow an eval, it's okay, because it's just an eval. But don't want to blow a funded account. So again, I am expecting New York to come down and at least retrace some of this move, but the overnight move. But I do understand that it doesn't have to. So it's not like a hard bias, but that's what I do want to see. I want to see it at least come somewhere into here, like 100 points lower. So what you want to do when it comes to a contract rollover is you want to be where the most amount of volume is in open interest. So realistically, what you can do is you can go to the CME website and you can actually see how much volume and how much open interest is on the futures contracts. So if you're trading with prop firms, some of them are going to just automatically roll it for you. So just let them roll it. But if you have to do it yourself, just go refer to the CME website and you can see when the volume starts to shift over from one contract to another. And then that's when you'd probably want to roll it over. But it is this week, I believe. The live data for NQ on this. So I have a live brokerage account with AMP Futures as well as NinjaTrader Tradeovate, but I'm currently using AMP because I wanted the Rhythmic data connection. So if you were to go and get Rhythmic data connection with them, I believe for CME, which is just like MNQ, NASDAQ, and some of the other indices, that it's, I don't know, like $20 or less per month. And then I also have CBOT, I think it's CBOT, for the commodities like gold, silver, and the other ones. So that one's probably like another $20 a month. So for my data feed to be able to see level 2 as well as levels on the DOM that extend, you know, like I could see levels sitting on the DOM all the way up here, wherever, right? Even down here. Probably $40 a month. $40 a month, probably. You got to be careful though, like some of the data feed providers, if you do want to see these levels, like not just 10 levels away from current price, you do have to make sure that you have Rhythmic is a good one. Some of them like will only show you like 10 levels or the first 2 levels away from current price, which is not helpful at all. So yeah. So I thought that was market open for a second. That was that was just 2 minutes before. So let's see. So I think the game plan for today is I'm gonna wait a little bit at the open. I'm going to wait to see something here on footprint that may show us that we are going lower. And if that's the case, then I'll probably try and take a short. If I don't see anything that's telling me it's going lower, I'm probably going to wait. I don't really want to long this right now. And if I lose like $400, $500 on this funded account, I'm probably just going to stop trading it, move on to the next one. But if I do win a trade on this one and get over the $200 a day, it'll be the 4th day, so then I'll just move over to the other funded account and potentially then full port the second half of an evaluation to see if I can past that one, hopefully. Alright, so let's see what happens here. The New York Open. I would like to see it go lower, but you gotta wait. You have a stacked imbalance right here. We would need to see, we need to wait a second because the first 5-minute candle of New York Open is pretty nasty. I mean, imagine you try to chase that short, you probably would have gotten smoked already. If you had like a 100 tick stop loss or something. But I'll probably go 5 micros today on this funded account. Maybe heavier, just depends. And if we do go lower, my first target would probably be the middle of London, potentially the highs of Asia, which is roughly like the middle of this pump, so. What other news do we have this week? We have a lot of news this week, huh? NFP tomorrow. And CPI on the 18th and jobless claims. And PCE on the 19th. Alright. So we should have, hopefully, a volatile week. Alright, so we're starting to see a push down. We're going to see if it's going to actually continue. I'm usually using 50k accounts. I mean, I do have, with Alpha Futures, I got 100k accounts, but all I need are 50ks, realistically. There's no reason for me to... I mean, I used to do 150k accounts, but there's not like a huge benefit here. So we're actually starting to push down. I want to see us get past this area, and it's likely we're going to start taking these lows. So this may come all the way down without providing an entry to where I was targeting, which is about 50% of this overnight pump. The range of the overnight pump, which is right here at about Asia highs. That would be the target, but I want to see the 5-minute close first here in about 30 seconds before do anything realistically. I would like to see it close below this first presented fair value gap that I have right here. If we can get a nice retracement on this 5 minute, I may try and take a short. I think I'm gonna go short right here, 5 micros. So I'm probably gonna risk on this not that much because this might snap all the way back. So I'll probably risk like 200 bucks. Ooh, we're about to get smoked right now. We're gonna get stopped out of this one, and then we're just gonna wait a little bit. All right. That was pretty nasty. So we're down 200 on this account. We're just going to give it a second. Let me see. It's disgusting. If more sells or buys can reverse the other way. What do you mean by that? I think I might full port. Give me a second. Yeah, if you could explain what you mean a little bit, maybe I can help answer that. I may try and full port an eval. But the only thing I'm thinking of right now is like we are kind of stalling out at this stacked imbalance right here, but we literally took these lows and snapped back pretty hard, so makes me less confident. Yeah. I mean, it can even if the delta is negative and you're getting selling pressure, I mean, we're in a pretty volatile. I mean, this 5 minute candle was 50 points, right? And that happened in like less than a minute. So almost, I mean, that 1 minute candle was probably 50 points. So realistically, it's just volatile. So even though order flow can be going down like how it is right now, where we saw the push, it came back up. I entered too early. I should have entered at the stacked imbalance, but we're continuing down now. I mean, just the volatility. I mean, realistically, we can be whiplashing but still be going in the right direction, if that makes sense. Become confident in taking those trades. Well, I mean, confidence, I guess, comes down to screen time and just trading it. I mean, realistically, I mean, I watch this stuff every day, and at the end of the day, I'm not really worried about taking a loss. What I am worried about is taking too big of a loss that I wasn't supposed to take. Then that becomes an issue. But, or obviously I'm worried about blowing an account. So, by the way, I said we wanted to come down to Asia highs. We literally just did that, so there goes my trade idea for the shorts. The issue was is I entered in a little too early. I should have waited till we got a little higher. So, and I did have a pretty tight stop loss that was based off of P&L, and it didn't really make much sense. So, mistake on my part. And for that, we're down 200 on the day on the funded account, but it's manageable. If I do take another trade on this one and I lose it, then we're probably not going to touch that account again. But the idea is that we were going to retrace that overnight pump a little bit during New York, at least around the 50%, which is kind of where we came to. I mean, if we were to throw a fib on here, let's see where the 50% was. Yeah, right around right here. It's probably still going to continue lower unless we start seeing some heavy buying pressure start stepping in, but it looks like it wants to kind of whiplash around a little bit. I do want to pass this eval though, so we'll wait. I wouldn't buy it yet though. If you're looking for longs, I would probably wait. I am considering going short 3 minis on this evaluation. Alright, we're going 3 minis. We're going to risk $1,000. And we'll try and hit our 1530. See if we could pass this account. I'm looking for this bullish candle to flip to being bearish. With 3 minis, we really don't need a lot, but again, we're risking 1,000, which is with 3 minis is not a lot of room. But I think it looks okay right now, unless we start seeing massive buying pressure come in. I'm going to be moving a break even right now, just in case this does snap back, cover some fees, because I need it to flush like right now, otherwise it might snap back. No, yeah, I got a bunch of charts, bro. I look at I have like 4 or 5 screens, honestly. Alright, we're almost there. Oh my god, that was like one tick off. Also, let me change this real quick. So what I look at is I'm looking at this 5-minute footprint that I have on my left screen. And then I have, and I'm getting edge right now. No. my god, that was disgusting. That was disgusting. How far off was that? It's like 3 ticks.
Order filled.
Alright. Alright, I accidentally made a little bit too much money, so I gotta lose like 50 bucks real quick. Alright, just so that I don't get hit with like a consistency rule. Let me lose 50 bucks. Give me a second. Ooh, there may be something going on with Project X. I just tried to lose 50 bucks and it wouldn't have. Didn't even want to execute the trade. Which is not good. Yeah, I mean, they'll probably pass it, but I like, hold on, I think there's something wrong with Project X. Dude, it's crazy all the issues that Project X has now, like, for like 2 years, no issues, and then it just becomes a fucking problem. I don't know why it won't let me fill my trade. Let's see. Let's see if I can fill it right now. Oh, I know what it is. Because of this. Psh, duh. Trying to blame it on Project X. Pff. Yeah, right. That was just me. Alright, now let's lose 50 bucks.
Order filled.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn it, this is gonna reverse right now. You're right, you're right. Let me just spam some contracts. That's the method, that's the method. Wait, it might come back. We might... Nah, I don't wanna... Oh, we're gonna fucking make way too much money. All
Order
right.
filled.
Alright, new strat, new strat. New method. We're gonna just start spamming contracts here in a second.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Hold on. This is retarded. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Alright, we're making some progress now.
Order filled. Order filled.
We'll answer your question in a second.
Order filled.
1 second. I gotta focus on.
Order filled.
Oh, there we go. 1550. That was almost. that was pretty retarded. All right, I'm gonna lock out of that. Buying pressure's coming in. There's a chance we're gonna start coming back up at least to if this POC on this previous 5-minute candle can hold, we might come back a little bit. now that we came down to 50%. So in terms of which chart is most important, I mean, there's not one, I guess, that would be more important than the other one necessarily. I do use footprint for entries. Like, let's say right now I wanted to go long, and if I was confident in this, I would probably wait for price to get closer to the POC of the previous candle, and I would enter in a long position with the stop loss below, and then target whatever, like a 1 to 2 or something like that. So footprint is like my entry, kind of like where I'm seeing pressure go and how I want to actually enter the trade and where I think I should be putting my stop loss and my take profit and things like that. In terms of my other charts, like let's say trading view, let me see, trading view, this is just for understanding where I am, like bigger picture, because this is a 5-minute chart as well, but you can't see it right now. But on the left side, it's also 15-minute. On the right side, I have an hourly that I also switch to look at the 4-hour sometimes, but I usually keep it on the hourly. So I need like all of them. I need all of them to get a good idea of what I think is going to happen, because if you're just staring at one, in my opinion, if you're just staring at like one time frame, something could look good on a certain time frame and look totally different on another time frame. So I need to understand like kind of the bigger picture of where I think price could go. So we still have a lot of selling pressure right now. Chances are we're going to attack London lows and Asia lows right now. So this chart right here, let me see if you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see it. This one is my largest time frame. So what I do on this chart is I'm marking out like gaps, right? So we got the new week opening gap, new day opening gap, and then we have a 4-hour SIBI. So like I mark out fair value gaps on higher time frames, like 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. And then what I also do too is I mark out wicks. So right now we have the monthly wick levels. So if we go to like a monthly candle, whenever we have like nasty wicks that are super big like this, what I'm usually doing is I'm marking it out because I want to see where it's like right here, it's kind of faded, but I want to see where the 25%, the 50%, and the 75% is for monthly. But pretty much what I'm doing here every morning is I'm marking out certain highs and lows, like on a 4-hour or 1 hour, that I want to see get attacked, and then I'm paying attention to where the gaps are, whether it's a new week opening gap or a new day opening gap. Not necessarily that I'm targeting that thinking it's gonna fill, but just understanding at least where they are is a good idea. And then I'm marking out fib levels. So my fib levels right now is for this range from swing low to swing high. So it's letting me know where in this range are we right now. Okay, well, in this range, if we were to be looking at this range, we are in premium. So if we were looking to kind of, like, let's say you're swing trading and you're using the hourly or the 4-hour, it would be a better idea to be waiting until we get into discount to try and actually take a long and hold it. Because eventually we are going to take out these levels up here, the 900 level that we've been rejecting off of like over and over for a month. But right now, technically for this range, we are still in premium. So I just kind of use this chart, which is the biggest one, biggest time frame, just to kind of understand where it is that we're at on like the bigger scale of things, I guess, the bigger picture. Alright, so we passed an evaluation, or at least we did that, but unfortunately we're down $200 on this account. So we can either get out of drawdown or we can end up making it worse. We still haven't traded this funded account yet. And I do need to trade this eval. Alright, we're about to... We just gotta wait. It just touched London lows right now. Unfortunate first trade of the day, honestly. The idea was right. Shitty execution. Was a little bit impatient on that. We'll just have to do better next time. So probably right around here at 220 we got yeah, I did just full port. I full ported this combine. We passed it. I could just full port, but I am trying to get my funded accounts back. So now we have 4 funded accounts, but so we just hit Asia lows from Tokyo Open basically. And we're about to take it right here. It's sitting right around 220. There we go. Just took it. Alright, so basically what I'm thinking now is, this is what's going through my head. When we were up here, I had the idea, and this is as far as I thought, I had the idea that we were going to retrace this overnight move, at least half of it. We did that. Selling pressure is still coming in, although I'm not as comfortable trying to short something. Unless I see some type of strong aggression continuing down, I'm not really as comfortable trying to short something when we're down here, or already where my first target was for the shorts. So I'm kind of just waiting at this point. I definitely don't want to try and long this right now until I see something that is obviously showing me that selling pressure is getting held. So we just gotta wait. I mean, you can try and chase the shorts, but I don't want to do that. Especially after we just took those lows. Because the next thing that we'd be looking at if we were trying to go short was, I guess, would be to take previous daily lows, but... And that's about 100 points lower. Full port it. Just chase the shorts with a full port. So something that I'm looking at, FP is, you see these numbers in bold. So essentially what that is that's a stacked imbalance. Like these are imbalances of sellers over buyers. So if you want to determine, I guess, the difference between, like, see how all these are lighting up? It means that the selling pressure is pretty aggressive right now. When you have nothing here, where all of this is just no bold numbers, then there is no imbalance. So even though it is selling off, like this red candle did sell off, there's not like a strong imbalance of sellers over buyers. But when you start seeing stuff like this, it's showing you the aggression is continuing. But just because you see imbalances like that doesn't mean anything, because especially if the candle isn't closed, watch, like when we start going back over them, they're gonna go away because buyers are stepping in and there's no longer gonna be an imbalance right there. See, it's gone. That one's gone. This one's gonna be gone too. So you gotta wait a little bit. But what something to think about too though is, like, if you are seeing really aggressive selling pressure coming in and it's really not making any progress and volume is picking up, meaning that there's a lot of activity, it could indicate essentially absorption, that buyers are holding the pressure. And then what ends up happening is it can cause a pretty fast reversal, because if buyers begin to push price up and then the sellers need to get out of their position, they're gonna have to buy too, so then it starts to go up pretty fast. So whenever it comes to footprint, I don't pay attention to really any of this stuff until I see the candle close, because otherwise you're looking at something that's not finalized yet. The auction for this 5-minute candle is not done. It's still going. So you gotta be patient. So right now there's really nothing for me to do that would be smart. So we just gotta sit here and see if we get any type of indication that we're gonna be reversing, or if we come back up, if we can catch a continuation lower to then target previous daily lows, where these are sitting right here. But we can't just like sell it right now. I mean, you might be able to just sell it right now and then selling pressure continues down and then you end up making money, but I don't want to take that trade. Spaghetti, you want to chase it? What we can do is, if the selling pressure continues right here, oh, the stacked imbalance went away. Sometimes with footprint charts, what I do is, if we are having a move down and it's like there's no sign of it stopping yet, I'll wait for a stacked imbalance to get created, to then wait for the next candle to retrace before it continues down, which is realistically what I should have done on like this first trade up here, like this right here, but I entered in too early. The stacked imbalance should have been the entry. Alright, so let's see what happens here. We had this is the new hourly candle, so if we were to go look at the hourly time frame right now, we're 5 minutes into this candle. We created a pretty nasty wick down, and it may be flipping bullish. So again, we just have to wait. And I usually trade until 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so if I sit here and I don't see anything, I'll probably stop for the day by 8 a.m. Let's see. I may enter in on this eval right now to go short, but I'd want to wait a second. I'd realistically want this 5-minute candle to close first. So what I want to see right now is in 30 seconds for this 5 minute to close, I want the POC to stay up here. If the POC of this candle stays up here and has this long wick and we close somewhere over here, then what I might look for is the next 5 minute candle to come up, and then I'll short it. Because it disappeared. So stacked buying balances, like I said, like you can't put too much weight into what you see before the candle actually closes, because now that this candle closed, I mean the stacked imbalances are gone. There's only 2 there, and I don't really care for just like 2. Yeah, the highlighted are gone now. So I wanted this to come up actually a little bit more before I try and short it. Closer to the POC. Because this is on this eval I'm gonna go kind of heavy right now with some minis, so like I don't want to have, you know, like a 200 tick or 50 point stop loss realistically. because at this point, if I were to do that, it would be like the target would be the lows, so that's also like 50 points away, so it would be like a 1-to-1 risk to reward, which I'd rather not take, even though I do think it is going to go take the lows, and it probably will, but yeah, I mean, you can always enter in lighter, because you know your stop loss is going to be bigger, right? So you can have a lighter size when it comes to what you're actually trading, and then be able to still make money from it, which is what I usually do with my funded accounts sometimes. But I'm trying to, I don't like wasting time on evaluations, so I try and just, honestly, to be completely real with you guys, I kind of full port them, and I happen to pass more than I fail, but I try not to spend more than a couple days on an evaluation, and if I blow it, whatever, but realistically you can blow like a ton of evaluations, and all it takes is one payout to cover all those expenses and put you in a profit. So in my opinion, there's no reason to spend like 2 weeks on an evaluation. You're just wasting time at that point. Unless you're learning. If you're learning and you're like new to trading, then just take your time on your eval, but I don't want to do that. So ultimately, I think we're coming down here. We may retrace up first before taking it out, and maybe we don't take this until we're in the PM session, but I would be kind of surprised if we came down here, didn't take it, and then just skyrocketed back up. I'd be pretty surprised if that happened. So ultimately, this is what we're looking at. But for us to try and trade that, I need to find, for us to try and trade this, I need to see something that I can comfortably enter to try and target that. It's about like yeah, 50 or 60 points lower. And at this point with the POC, realistically, if I went short, I would want to have my stop above the previous 5-minute candle at the very minimum, so that's also 50 to 60 points. So it's kind of a pretty shitty risk to reward right now, so that's why I can't take it, and I might just have to let it just watch it run, but that's okay. There will always be more opportunities. Market's here Monday through Friday, Sunday through Friday. This is about a rip down right now. Small volume imbalance in between these two 5-minute candles. I hope someone in here potentially caught this move. That was a nice move. It's like probably over 250 points. Yep, 250 points. Oh, and I'm such a pussy, dude. Like, what did my trade look like? My trade looked something like this earlier this morning. I was trying to target here. And my stop was like right here. What a bitch, dude. We'll get him next time. We'll get him next time. The good thing is that at least the analysis was right in the sense of New York was going lower, so I'm happy with that. And the loss is manageable. It was like $200. But now we're kind of just like stuck. We can't really do anything right now. And plus, so like the way I kind of think about it sometimes is because I only trade like between market open and like right before lunchtime, so basically an hour and 30 minutes damn near. Usually what happens in that time on a normal day is you have what I would call like the move of the day, right? Now sometimes we can have a V-shaped recovery or whatever, so then you would have basically two moves of that 1 hour and 30 minute time slot. But more often than not, like during the time that I typically trade for like an hour and 30 minutes, you kind of have noise, and then you have like the one significant move of that time slot before maybe you have another move later in the PM session. But I don't trade the PM session. So then kind of what I'm thinking right now is like, well, shit, you know, here we go. This was the move of the day, obviously. And there is a potential that once we do take these lows, if that is the ultimate target, that we can begin to consolidate. And everyone who missed out on this move is sitting here anxious to try and catch something today because they got to get their itch off of taking a trade. And then you might end up getting caught in chop after the actual move of the morning happened, and then you're just trading a bunch of bullshit. So that may be what's happening right now. So when we take these lows, I have to really pay attention on whether or not it's going to then have a reversal, or if we're going to continue, or if we're just going to start to consolidate. Because if we start to consolidate and there's a little bit of chop, then I can't trade it. That's just like going to kill my accounts and take all of my accounts away and throw them in the garbage, burn them. That's how I get screwed every time. Trade in the chop. So we'll mark this out so it's a little easier to see. Really nice short today though, and not really any consolidation so far this morning, which is great. We're about an hour into open. So this low on NQ actually got taken, so we can remove that. Now the next target is about 20 points lower. And here we go with more selling pressure. It had another volume imbalance on the open right here. Ooh, that was nasty. Look at that. Got so close to taking it. I'm actually going to activate that top step account we just passed this morning. Man, I'm so happy Top Step they offered the no activation fee route. Perfect. Perfect. They're like $90 now instead of 200. I love it. To end up taking the lows, Bobby, up here at 225. Or which POC are you talking about? Man, that sucks for anybody who was targeting this low. Oh my goodness. You got edged and it snapped back 50 points. It's probably still gonna go and take it, but oh, did you get into that, Bobby? This looks like it's about to flip. Anyways, doesn't support futures. Only trusted prop firm will have access to is FTMO. 2 phases. Two phases. Oh, dude, I hate those. That sucks. I've never used FTMO. I really just use Alpha Futures and Top Step. Those are my 2 favorite ones. But I mean, there's a bunch of firms coming out. It is kind of sketchy. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty sketchy to use new firms. But if that's what you gotta do, you gotta do it. If they offer better rules, you just gotta hope they pay you out and they don't fast track you, or what's it called? Yeah, fast track funded you. CFD. Yeah, that's probably why. FTMO. That makes sense. CFDs, they have there's, you guys look at order flows. Are you looking at, when you're looking at order flow, are you looking at the actual, like, you're looking at the futures contract, or are you looking at the CFD pair or whatever, like the NAS 100 or US 100 or whatever it is? I don't know. I don't really trade CFDs. Alright, it flipped and it just took the lows. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. CFD not having order flow behind it. Got it. You use TradingView. Are you using TradingView footprint? Because that's not real footprint. I would. Oh, that's what's up, Dogecoins. Bobby, you gotta our POCs are gonna be different because they're not yeah, they're not calculating the same thing. TradingView's footprint is, I forget what it is, but it's not the same as they're not looking at aggressive market orders that were executed. It's like they're calculating something else, which makes it so you can still understand, like, with their footprint chart, like delta and certain things like that, but when it comes to volume, I forget what they're actually counting as the numbers, but yeah, our footprint charts are going to look totally different when it comes to anything relating to volume. When it comes to using a footprint chart like the one I have with ATAS, or if you're using TradingView. I forget what it is, but you should look into it because what they're showing you is actually different than what my like the numbers are different than what my screen is showing me. This is melting right now. This is showing no signs of any type of bullish. No buyers coming in. And we're now at 25% of the monthly wick. Although we are coming into where I think eventually we would start to see some type of where buyers would start to catch this a little bit. It's a nasty dump for a Monday. There's a good chance Monday creates the low of the week, potentially, if it keeps going. There's probably a pretty good chance I might not take another trade on my funded account, just because like what I was looking for today already happened, and then at that point I'm just trying to force something. But I'm gonna wait and see for the next like 30 minutes or so. At least we passed another funded account, so now we got this one. Brand spanking new. Maybe we full port it. Brand new funded account for $90 with Top Step. Gotta love it. I may trade an eval though, because I don't really care about him. But there's nothing to do right now. I mean, this thing is just melting. How far did this drop down? $325 points. Oh, for the evaluations, Dogecoins? Yeah, you know what's cool about Alpha Futures is they allow a 1-day pass, so I just full port it sometimes. Because dude, imagine if you go 3 minis or 6 minis on a trade, and you have moves like these. I mean, you can hit your $6 profit target in like it's nothing. That sucks, dude. FTMO. But if that's all you got and that's all you can really use, you gotta just try and make it work. I mean, realistically, I wouldn't recommend trading evaluations the way I trade evaluations, because I blow a lot of evaluations. I pass a lot of evaluations, but I blow a lot of evaluations too. Like sometimes I see people who are like, oh yeah, I'm 6-7 months into trading, I've already blown like 12 accounts, blah blah blah. I'm like, 12 accounts, dude. I could blow that in a week if I have a bad week. But the idea though is that as long as money in, money out leaves you net positive, who cares how many accounts you blow? Because prop trading, realistically, is a very gamified version of trading. It's not even, you would not be trading a live account like this. So, if it's gamified, then play the game. I'll full port some evals, I'll get to the funded, I'll get a payout, and it'll cover all the eval expenses and put me in profit on the month. And in the course of that, if I blow a bunch of evals, but I'm still net positive, it's a W. But if you're new to trading and you've never had a payout and like you're still kind of learning how things work, I don't recommend you do that. But so far this month, I've actually been doing pretty well with the evals, even though I'm full porting them. Guess we're on a hot streak. Alright, so right here, when it comes to if we want to see if this is truly bullish or not, I would like to see this pump past the large sell order here and the stacked imbalances and close up here. If it closes up here, pushes past and creates its own buyer imbalances, and we have a strong close above, oh shit, above like here, then you may be able to try and take some long positions if we start seeing this happen like this, but I'm gonna wait. $408? Oh my god, that's robbery, brother. That's crazy. Actually, let's extend this past these other, past these two. Now, if this respects like it's doing right now and it can't break past this area, then I would not want to take longs until basically I don't want to take any longs and try and catch any type of retracement back up until we're up here and we close. It depends how this closes. I want to see where the POC closes in relation to this 5-minute close. Not yet, Spaghetti. Not for me. If you guys want to long it, you can. I gotta wait to see what it does right here. That's great, bro. I'm happy that provides some type of value for you. And honestly, live streaming helps me because I don't want to look like an idiot and blow all my accounts in front of people, so it allows me to be a little bit more cautious when I'm trading, which is what I need, because sometimes I just don't give a fuck, dude, and I'll just like start full porting shit. So it's okay to look like an idiot when it's just myself, but especially like I understand I tell you guys not to take trades that I take, and I may say stuff on the stream that causes you to take a trade, which I hope not, but if that happens, I gotta be careful, right? So I gotta be careful about what I do and what I say, because if I lose money, like I said, I don't really care, but if I cause somebody else to lose money, it's not what I want to do. Alright, so I need to see. This was a decent close for the previous 5-minute, but I gotta wait for this next 5-minute candle. I'm not convinced yet. Especially when we had such strong selling pressure like we've been having this morning. you can take a chance and try and long the bottom, but you gotta have like a little bit of that extra confirmation, in my opinion. Otherwise, I mean, dude, there was a long time I tried to continue to catch the bottom and catch the top of things, and it caused a lot of blown accounts, so I wait. I wait now. Good thing we waited. I mean, imagine you saw this and you went long up here. You're already over 100 ticks in drawdown, 25 points. So you want to see we wanted to see a strong close, and then especially, I know we still got 3 minutes left, but especially depending where this POC closes, it's gonna tell us a lot. We want to see where the POC is gonna close and how the delta is gonna look for this 5-minute candle, because if we have a POC close within this 5-minute, we leave these stacked imbalances, and delta is strong for sellers, we're probably going to continue to come down. But the only way to know is, or at least make one more low, right? Maybe not come down like another 100 points or something. Is the stream lagging at all for you guys? Because I think my RAM is getting used up right now on my laptop. I think it's causing it to lag. So that's also why you want to wait. Alright, cool. Because my OBS is like lagging a little bit. Which happens sometimes, and then I gotta close it, but I can't close it right now because I'm streaming, so I was just wondering. But thanks for letting me know. So this is why you want to wait for the 5-minute candles to close. Me personally, like, because I'm going off of information that I'm seeing within like 5-minute footprint candles, it's important that I wait until it closes, because the information inside of the candle can change anytime from open till close. Once it's closed, then you can understand the auction that happened during that 5-minute candle. But while it's still forming, I mean, realistically, a lot can happen. I mean, you have 5 minutes, so... But right now we have 30 seconds until it closes. So basically what I'm looking at now is if we have the POC close down there on this 5-minute candle, and we have a strong close, not one of these indecisive closes like it's where it's at right now, but if we have a strong close, then we may see it break past these stacked imbalances. Otherwise, we may just continue down and create another low before it makes another attempt to actually come back up again. Alright, so it didn't have a strong bullish close, so less likely to want to take some longs. And we are getting closer to lunchtime, by the way, so just keep that in mind. But what I mentioned earlier, which is what we also kind of have to pay attention to right now, is we made this large move down, right? And now we're kind of stalling out, or the selling pressure is subsiding for a little bit, we'll say. There is a potential that we actually begin to consolidate. So if you're trying to catch some type of V-shaped recovery, you need to understand that we may begin to consolidate here and volume may die off heading into lunch in the next hour or so. But we'll keep it in mind when we're watching what's happening, that we may start to consolidate. And if the ATR for the 5-minute candles are pretty large, like let's say, where it would cause you to have stop losses that are potentially, like look at this. The ATR right now for 5-minute candles is 46 points. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. So let's see what it does here. And also, by the way, if any of you guys are not in our Discord, it's free. We don't sell anything, but there's definitely a lot of cool traders you could learn stuff from. So if you want to join it, the link is in the description of this video. And sometimes we give away alpha futures accounts in there, so if you want to win some free evaluations, you could probably win them, if you're lucky, in the Discord. Alright, so we're watching this 5-minute candle come up here, and we want to see how it's going to close in the next minute and 30 seconds. Otherwise, if it comes back down and can't close above it, then we may just, like, the most ideal situation for us to see right now is a large buy order come in, showing intention of trying to push price higher, or the attempt at least to try and push price higher. But if it closes pretty bullish like it's looking like it will, then we'll see. Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty good. We're gonna see how far it wants to come back up, though. I may wait to see if we can get a retracement on this 5-minute candle if it happens, but I'm actually less likely to that 15-minute is nasty. So because this like 5-minute candle and this 15-minute candle are so large, I mean that 15-minute candle is what, like 100 points? Yeah, 120 points. If I did want to go long, I'd have to wait for it to come back a little bit. But honestly, I do think there's a pretty good chance we start to range. I don't think we get a V-shaped recovery today. It may happen. It may happen. The hourly is looking crazy, but I believe a V-shaped recovery coming all the way back up here, like another 100, 150 points before. I mean, maybe during the PM session, but realistically, I'm not trading that time, so my thought process is more so what's going to happen in the next like 20 minutes. And I don't really think in the next 20 minutes we're going to rip and have a V-shaped recovery like that, but we may. Maybe it just won't give an entry. You got to watch it happen. Down and up. Sit on the sidelines for the move down. Sit on the sidelines for the move up. Still looking pretty strong. But it's important for me to wait for this 5-minute candle to close in about 50 seconds. Because if it closes and it looks kind of like this, and it's bearish in the next 20 seconds, if it does that, then maybe I can see the next candle coming down before we come up. Unless it closes pretty bullish right now, then we may just continue. I want to wait for a deeper pullback and potentially try and take a long on this evaluation account. Alright, I am going to... Ooh, that selling pressure is pretty strong. I'm gonna go long on this evaluation right here. We may... Oh, actually, wait. Never mind. Never mind. I think it might be, may have established the range for the, consolidation until PM move happens. I want to see how this 5 minute. I want to see how this 5 minutes is gonna close though. Alright, I want to see if buyers can really push back up, otherwise it might... I want to see what the buyers are going to do right now. Alright, I'm going to go short on this evaluation. There's like a, probably risk the daily loss limit, honestly. But if it does drop down, like, I'm gonna move this to break even pretty quickly. I want to see, realistically, what I'm trying to see is I'm trying to see this area kind of be respected, and I would like to see us, I don't know whether or not we're actually going to go take the lows, but we'll just wait to see. I want to see this 5 minute get past the previous 5 minute low, that wick. But if we lose this trade, we're going to hit loss limit on the daily loss limit on the evaluation. The moment we take this wick on the previous 5 minute, I'm, I'm gonna move it to break even. Yeah, that does not look good. It's stalled out right there. And it's flipping. If we die, we die. Because there's 30 seconds left in this 5 minute candle. And if it closes like this, oh yeah, we're cooked. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. This is about to rip right now. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe we get saved. Maybe the level holds. Although, I'm gonna be real though, even though we did flip like that, it still doesn't look good. It doesn't look good because we had selling pressure that was coming in and it got held up. And this is, if it does come down again, it's going to be the second attempt. And if the second attempt doesn't break past this, like this 5 minute low right here, we're done for. So the only thing that can save us right now is some pretty strong selling pressure to come in. And then we do need to be careful once if it does take this 5-minute low, because it can wick it and pop back up. So that's why we'd be moving to break even if it gets down there. Ooh, that's a good long. We're currently just full porting this, not full porting it, but we're going pretty heavy and risking, well, I guess essentially it's full porting it if I'm risking the daily loss limit in a single trade, so. So I need to see this 5-minute start to push pretty hard right here, otherwise it's just going to create a higher low and flip back, which I don't want to see. I want to see us come down, take the orders out at 120, take the low of that 5-minute candle so we can move to break even, and then I don't really care what happens after that. But the POC just changed on this candle to be below, which is not good again, right? So essentially we just try to, if this doesn't push down, then we just try to push down for the second time essentially, and we're about to rip. So I'm actually going to move my stop above this 5-minute, and we'll just take the L, and I'll save myself $500. We have 1 minute to get a strong bearish close on this candle, otherwise we're cooked. It didn't take the low yet. Once it takes the low of that 5-minute candle, I'll move it to break even. And then we'll try and let it ride and trail the stop. Although, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah. It's all bad. It's all bad. But it's okay. So at the end of the day, oh, my stream is like lagging. All right, we're gonna get taken out of this. So at the end of the day, though, we did take an L. We went a little bit in profit, but ultimately we came back and it hit us out, and now we're pumping. So I passed, I'm gonna stop trading now, but I passed a 50k combine. We tried to short it up here. Let me change this. We tried to short it up here. We got cooked. We had too tight of a stop loss, so we got taken out. We were targeting the middle of this range, which is about right here. And then we sat here and we waited, and then I wanted to take a trade on this eval. And I was looking for this area to hold. We attempted to push down once. We attempted to push down twice. This one, when it came back up, it was a done deal. Sellers failed to push past this, and we're about to go higher. and make a new high realistically. So down 1,500 on this account, down 200 on our funded account, and we passed an eval, so we got a new funded account. So we have 4 funded accounts right now, working on this eval. We may or may not blow it. I think this eval has like $4,000 of drawdown, so 1,500. We got like $2,500 left. We can make a comeback with that. With 3 minis, we can make a comeback with that pretty easily. But anyways, I'm gonna log off. I got some stuff I gotta do. If again, if you guys want to join the Discord, it's free. Links in the description. It's a great community, a lot of cool traders in there. And I'll probably be back around the same time tomorrow, and hopefully we do better. Today wasn't the best day, but you know what? Not a lot of damage on the funded accounts. That's all I care about. Evals, it's a bummer. It's not the end of the world. Along the bottom tick on the retrace, nice. Yeah, you know what's crazy is before I took that short, my dumbass literally said like, oh, I want to go long when it retraces. I want to have it retrace further. And then I just like flipped my bias at the last second and tried to go short, which was stupid. So, anyways, learn from the mistakes, do better next time, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.